Hi everyone, welcome to the One Code Camp channel. So in this video, we will focus on data retrieval in MySQL or MySQL Workbench. So we will walk you through essential SQL commands like select, where, order by, and limit. So this is all within the interface of MySQL Workbench. So whether you're new to SQL or looking to sharpen your query skills, this video tutorial is designed to boost your confidence in crafting powerful database queries. So let's go and explore the potential of MySQL Workbench in or for data retrieval. Let's get started.
Hi coders, welcome back. So for this video, we're going to learn 4 more queries, namely select, where, it's spelled wrong, again, select, where, order by, and then limit. So we're going to go all through this statement, so just hang in there. First thing is select. So select statement is basically a statement that we use to retrieve specific columns or definitely all columns from a table, and it allows us to choose which columns that we want to fetch data from, and also we can aggregate functions to perform calculations on that data, but that's more complex, so we're just going to use the basic, or we're just going to dive into how we use select statements. So as it was stated, it can help us retrieve all columns or specific columns from a table, and to do that, let's start with selecting all data. So again, from the previous video, we used asterisk or star to indicate that we want to select all or everything. Now it's followed by from, and then the name of the table. So for this video, we're going to use from the SQL database again. And I think I'm going to go with actor. So let's use actor table. There you go. And with a semicolon. So basically, this statement will select every detail from the actor table. So let's run it. Okay, so there's something wrong. So no database found. Okay. So there should be Sakila. So let's. Oh yeah, it should. Or you can remove this one, and then use this instead. Select from Sakila that actor. There you go, and then run. So there we go. Or also you could use this one. Use Sakila. Then and with a semicolon, remove this one, and there you go. So yeah. So first is that we just use select Sakila. We just use this line here. Use Sakila, as mentioned from the first video, allows us to make sure that the system reads that we're using this specific database or schema, which is Sakila. And then we're gonna use this query select star, which is everything from actor. As you can see, we can select or retrieve all the information or all the columns from that actor table. Now, to select just a specific, the specific columns from the actor, we can change this star and change it to the name that we want. Like for example, we just want to retrieve the actor ID, then we just indicate the column name, which is actor ID. If we want 2 columns, let's say we want the last name also, so just key in there last name, which is the name of that column, and just separate it with the comma. So let's go ahead and try this one. So let's run this. As you can see here, we have only retrieved the actor ID together with the last name. So let's see, we have 3 Allen here, and we have 3 Arcoid, 2 Baileys, and so on. There we go. So let's remember this word Allen. Now, basically that's how select works. So it just helps us to retrieve columns or retrieve data, specific columns or all columns, depending on the query that you added in here, or the conditions that you added in here. So followed by select is what we call the where clause. Now where clause, let me just change this back so that I can show you or demonstrate you the correct example. There. Select asterisk from actor means select everything from actor. Then this where clause. Now again, where clause is actually used with the select statement, and it is actually used to filter the rows returned by the query based on a specific condition. So for example, we use Sakila, select everything from actor, where, and then followed by a condition. So for example, I put here the condition that the last name should be, let's say, should be Allen, there. So it's only going to retrieve all the data for those who has Allen as its last name. So let's go ahead and run this, and there you go. As you can see, instead of retrieving all the data, it only retrieves the data for those who have their last name with a value of Allen. Now, this could be changed. Like for example, let's say the actor ID, let's say, should be greater than 50. There you go. And let's run it. There you go. So those actors with less than 50 as their ID is not displayed. Only those who have 50, which is above 50. So 50 is not included unless we put an equal sign here to indicate that where actor ID is greater than or equal to 50. You can also try this one, less than or equal to, so that we could check. There you go. So that's basically it. You just put the conditions here right beside the where, and also put the semicolon at the end of this so that it could be read as one line. Okay, so let's run this. There you go. So it only retrieves the actors with less than or equal to 50 as their actor ID. So it's 1 until if we scroll down and we reach the end, which is 50. There you go. So that's typically the use of where. So it just filters out the return data depending on the conditions that you provided. Now the next thing that or the next statement that we're going to use is actually the statement order by. Now this is also followed by this one, so I'm just going to remove the semicolon. There you go. And key in order by. Now order by statement is actually used to sort. It's basically sort just by its name, order by. So it's typically going to sort the result of the sets from your query in either ascending or descending order based on the specified column. So by default, it's arranged by descending. Let's just take a look at it. And this in here. So we have here, as you can see, it's a bunch of, now let's go ahead, it's a bunch of names here. So let's go ahead and order it by, let's say by the last name. So order by, indicate it with the column. So column name that we want it to be sorted. So let's say last name. So let's go ahead and run it. There you go. As you can see, it's already sorted. It started with the last name. So it started with letter B. As you can see, it's by default ascending. Here, Barrymore, Berget, then Barry, Bloomberger, and so on. There you go. It's alphabetically ordered. Now let's say, let's try descending order. There you go. So let's run this. So to make it descending, just follow it with the keyword DESC or descending. Then if we run this, there you go. As you can see, instead of starting with the letter B in the last name, it started with W. And then it's so far and so forth. And then the last one should be B, which is Barrymore. There you go. You can also change this. As you can see, let's get it back to ascending, ASC. Then let's run it. There you go. We have Barrymore, Bergen. Let's say we have 2 cages here, and we want this to be sorted by name also. So you're just going to add comma here, and then add, let's say, how about we sort it next is with the actor ID. So actor ID. So those who have a lesser actor ID, which is 11, should be at first. So let's try to run that. There you go. So as you can see, 0 started because first we need to order it by last name. So they are both cage, but Johnny has J and 0 has G on their first name. So typically John should be first, but we indicated in the order by that the next thing that we need to the data to be ordered is through their actor ID, which is through ascending. So it should start with those with the actor that has the least actor ID. So we have 0 with 11, while Johnny has 40. So we started with 0 cage, then Johnny cage. So basically that's how order by is used and looks like. Now the next thing that we're gonna, since we're seeing a really bunch of numbers in here, there's a lot, and we just wanted let's say I want to retrieve only the first 10 or first 15 actors that met this conditions. So how do I do that? Of course, I'm going to use the last statement that we're going to learn from this video, which is called limit. Now, limit statement is actually used to, literally to limit the number of rows returned by a query. And it can be used to retrieve a specific number of rows from the beginning of the result set or a specific range of rows. So by that, it just simply means that it's really particularly useful when dealing with such large number of results and you just want the top 10 or just a few data. So let's say I'm gonna limit it to just 10 results. Let's say 10 results. As you can see, we have here a lot of results. It's more than 10, basically. Now let's go ahead and run this. There you go. So it only returned 10. So 1, 2, 3. Let's make it fewer. Let's say that only the top 5. So there we go. We have only left with 2, 4, 5. So basically, that's the use of limit. It just limits the return rows in the query. So yeah, we just learned now how to use the select, where, order by, and limit statements. Now to test what we've learned in this video, I have prepared a simple exercises for us to practice what we've learned in this video. So for this exercises, we're going to use the built-in schemas or databases here in MySQL Workbench. We're going to use this world. There you go. So let me just paste the first exercise that we're going to do. So once I pasted the exercise, you can pause this video so that you won't get to know the answer first, of course, so that we could test if we're able to understand really well the lesson that we have for this video. Okay, so the first one would be write an SQL query to select the names of all countries from the country table from this one. So remember, we're gonna use this world schema and then the table country. So let's have your answers. You can pause this video now before I paste the answer or before I create the query for this. Okay, so once you're done, let me show you what's the answer key. So for this one, we're gonna use the world schemas. So we use world, then schema, and then select what? You need to select the names because it states here that we're gonna select the names of all countries. So let's check the country first. So let's wait for it. So we have this name column. Let's go back to our query. There you go. So select the name of the table would be name. There you go. Or let me just state it here. So actually, SQL is not case sensitive, but for better viewing or as best practice to use capital letters for the commands. Okay, there you go. So select name. And where we're gonna get those name? Of course, from the country table. So select name from then the table name, which is country. There you go. Now, don't forget the semicolon. Then let's run this. There you go. So we have all the name of the countries. So if this is your answer, good job. You were able to answer it. Now let me go ahead and paste the second question. Let me just remove this. Let's go ahead and proceed with the second exercise. There you go. So the exercise would be write an SQL query to select the names of all cities from the city table in alphabetical order. So we need to make it in alphabetical order. So just a hint, we're going to use select and order by in this activity. So if you're ready, kindly pause this video and play it back again once you're done with your answer. Okay, great job. I hope you're done. So the answer for this would be, of course, we're going to use the world database or schema. And then we're going to select what? We're going to select the names of all cities from the city table. So name, there you go. And then it's come from the city or the city table, this one. And next, it says that we need to order it alphabetically. And to do that, we're going to use the order by statement. And order it by what? By name. And since it's ascending by default, so we can just not put ASC or ascending. We can put that one or not. It's really up to you. But this could suffice since it's already the default order by. Now let's go ahead and run this. There you go. So we have all the cities arranged alphabetically. It starts with A, then D, B. Let's scroll down. It's very long. Actually, there you go. There's B, then so on and so forth. So basically, if this is your answer, you are correct. Good job. Now let's go ahead and proceed to the third activity or third exercise. And let me just delete all of this. So you're actually getting the hang of it. Good job. There you go. So let's check this out. Okay, there you go. So in this, let me just... So write an SQL query to select the names of countries from the country. So take note, names of countries from the country table where the population is greater than 100 million. So if we check the country, there's the name and we can also see the population here. So we have a population column and a name column. So this is a bit tricky. Now again, we need to write an SQL query to select the name of countries from the country table where the population is greater than 100 million. So there you go. We have the clue there. We have the where. So if you're ready now, kindly pause this video, and once you're done with your answer, you can play this again. Okay, time's up. Just kidding. So yeah, let's go ahead and reveal the answer. So for this, don't forget, use the world schema or database. And then, with a semicolon, Next is we're gonna select because we're gonna retrieve data. So select the name of country. So select name. That's it. We need to select the name column. All that's inside the name column. From what? From the country table. There you go. And what should we retrieve? Which countries? Of course, there's gonna be a condition of where, because we have here where the population is greater than 100 million. So we need to select all the countries' name from the country table where its population, or yeah, there you go, population, where its value under the population column is greater than 100 million. So it's like how many? 3, 6, 7, 8, 8 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I guess that's 100 million. There you go. And with the semicolon, now let's go ahead and run this. There you go. So we have Bangladesh, Brazil, China, Indonesia. Let's check here. Let's arrange it by name. So Afghanistan is not included. Also with Albania, because their population in this database, it has not reached 100,000. But this one, like for example, Bangladesh and Brazil. Let's check. Let's scroll down a bit. And there, Bangladesh. So it reached more than, it's actually, how many is this? 129,155,000. Now let's check this. This is just 22,720,000. That's why Afghanistan is not included, and so on and so forth. So it must reach 100 million in population. That's why it only filters out Bangladesh, Brazil, China, Indonesia, and so on and so forth. So congratulations, you're now able to use the where. Now let's go ahead and let me just delete all of this. So if this is your answer, you are basically correct. Good job. Now let's go ahead and proceed with the fourth activity. There you go. Paste it there. Let me just... Okay, there you go. Okay, so great. Now the fourth exercise is this. Write an SQL query to select the names of the countries from the country table where the continent is Europe or Asia, ordered by the country name in ascending order. So this is a bit tricky. So let's check this out. So if you're ready, kindly pause this video and proceed with answering, and just play this out when you're done answering this. Okay, so let's go. Okay, congratulations, you're done. This is kind of hard because we have a special statement in here that I haven't tackled, but don't worry, I'm gonna explain it how it's used. So let's go ahead and do this. So again, it's use the world database or schema, and then we're gonna select what? We're gonna select the name from the country table where, take note of this, the continent, oh, I spelled it wrong. Let's check the continent from the country table. So we have here the continent column there. So we're gonna use here the statement in. Now, statement in SQL is actually used to filter data based on multiple values specified in a list. So it allows us to retrieve rows from a table where a particular column's value matches any values in the list. So we do this where, and we use the statement in, and then followed by an open close parenthesis to indicate a list. There you go. So the list would be any values that's in the list. So the list we should have Europe, text Europe, and then another for Asia. So it's gonna return all the name of the country, which continent, or where their continent is either Europe or Asia, or their continent has a value of Europe or Asia. So basically that's it. And lastly, it said that you need to order the country name in ascending order. So we're gonna add the order by. Order by what? Of course, order by the name. So, and with a semicolon. Now let's go ahead and run this. There you go. So if this is the answer that showed up on your screen, once you run your code, you are basically correct. Great job, everyone. Now let's go ahead and proceed to the next activity or next exercise. We're almost done. Congratulations. There you go. Let me just fix this. Good. So the fifth exercise would be write an SQL query to select the top 5 most populous cities from the city table. Order it by population in descending order. So for this, we're just a clue, we're gonna use the word limit because we need to select the top 5 only, which are the most populous cities from the city table. So let's check. You can check here in the population. Now, If you're ready to answer this, kindly pause this video and play it once you're done. Okay, so I guess you're done. Let's go ahead and answer this. So the answer for this is, again, use world. There you go. And then we're going to select what? The name and the population table or column perhaps. And where do we get that? Of course, from the city. As you can see here, 5 most populous cities from the city table, ordered by population. That's why we need the name and the population. And it's from the, here, city table. There you go. And what do we get from the city table? Which name and population only? Of course, we need it from the population. So next is we're gonna order that population from the highest, it said that descending order. So we need to list that table from the population, of course, population in descending. So descending, DESC, that's it. Population. Oh, I forgot the by. So it's gonna be ordered by, then the population, which is descending. So basically from the most, yeah, there you go. Top 5 most populous city. So populous city means the most. So we need to descending to list it from the highest one or most populous to least populous. Because if we set it to ascending, it would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on and so forth. But if we change it to descending, it's gonna be from the highest number to the lowest. So 4, 3, 2, 1, just like that. That's why we need to set it by descending. So it's gonna list the most populous or the most number of population from those cities. And then we just need the top 5. So we're gonna use the limit statement. So we just need 5, so indicate 5. And with a semicolon, now let's go ahead and run. There you go. So we have it in here. So we have the Mumbai city, which has how many is this? It has 10,500,000 in population. Next is Seoul, then Sao Paulo, and then Shanghai and Jakarta. So if you got the same result, congratulations, you have made it. Okay, so basically that's it. We're done with our tutorials. I hope you learned a lot, and congratulations for finishing this video. I hope you had a great time, and see you again on our next videos.